I'm not proud to be an American. Well, first of all, if you know me at all, you know that I truly do love my country and that I'm going to twist that statement to prove a point. So don't jump to any conclusions yet. By the time we've finished this morning, you'll know exactly what I mean, and you'll probably agree. But first, welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert. Thanks for popping in and spending a few minutes together. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and to help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today makes you think or speaks to your heart, then let me invite you to like, subscribe, and especially share with a friend. All right, let's dive in. Why would I say I'm not proud to be an American? And what could I possibly mean? Now, let me begin my explanation by defining the word pride, because that lies at the core of what I'm trying to convey. Up until very recently, pride was a concept related to accomplishment. Now, in today's woke culture, there's been a deliberate move to blur that distinction, eliminate competition of all types, recognize participation, and assign pride to things which have no logical connection to personal accomplishment whatsoever. In other words, people announce that they are proud of things they have absolutely no control over. So when I say I'm not proud to be an American, it's not a political statement or even a value judgment at all. I had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with that outcome. I didn't evaluate the various countries on the planet in some pre-birth location and decide to get in the American line. I can't be proud of something that was a result of factors I was utterly unaware of, had no control over, and couldn't possibly impact if I wanted to. Now, for the record, I'm also not proud of being born on a Monday, having incredibly blue eyes, or possessing a belly button. Pride is properly claimed when we've invested significant time and effort in order to achieve or become something. One of my sons invested years of training into earning his black belt in karate. He can say, I'm proud to have a black belt, because he earned it. It marks an incredible accomplishment. Someone who purchases one online may have a black belt, in the sense of being in physical possession of one, but if they said they were proud to have a black belt, it'd be absurd. A Canadian friend of mine just submitted her final exam to the faculty at Queen Mary University School of Law, one of the top-ranked law schools in the world. Years of hard work will result in a degree she can be proud of, to be sure. But if I grab an image of a Harvard law degree online and just add my name, that's a different story. That's a cause for shame, which is the opposite of pride. There's such a thing as stolen valor, too. And that brings us to today's verse. Today's verse says, don't try to impress others. Now, I said shame is the opposite of pride, but you may think the opposite of pride is humility. But isn't shame what one should feel when dishonestly claiming honor of accolades, either for some accomplishment they never achieved or for a characteristic over which they have no control? Humility is putting your accomplishments in their proper perspective and then using whatever skills, licenses, titles, or positions you might possess to serve others. Trying to impress people will drive them away, while trying to serve them will tend to draw them in and allow us to impact their lives. Trying to impress people is a matter of holding up things we want others to see in the hopes they'll think more highly of us. Serving other people is a matter of holding out our skills, gifts, and talents to enable them to gain some benefit or assistance. Pride leads us towards arrogance. Humility towards gentleness. And as followers of Jesus, shouldn't we look not only to our interests, but also the interests of others? I mean, we ought to do nothing from rivalry or conceit. But in humility, we should be counting others more significant than ourselves and serving Christ by serving those he loves. Because it's when they see him in us, lives are changed. Jesus told his disciples that he didn't come to be served. He came to serve. And as we follow him, we should be imitators of God, the way children imitate a beloved parent. We need to walk out our love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us. I mean, if we say we're following him, we ought to walk in the same way in which he walked, serving, loving, giving, and caring. Don't try to impress others. People will focus on pride and create days, weeks, and months to take pride in things that are valueless at best and destructive at worst. Things which are not accomplishments at all. How should we deal with prideful people? Well, try to serve them. Determine to love them. Look for ways to let them see the love of God and the power of God in you. That's the road Jesus walked. Yeah, lead them to Jesus and let him sort out their confusion and their sin. Jesus is able to change whatever needs to be changed. He's able to add or remove whatever he wishes as people conform themselves to him and his image. It's our job to love, to serve, to teach by word and example. It's his job to save others and conform them to his image. So instead of speaking of pride, let's speak of loving service. How can you and I show someone else the love of Christ today? Hey, as we wrap up, can I suggest one way you can show the love of Christ to someone? Maybe help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better. Please like this video. Help more people see it. And follow or subscribe so that you and I can get together every day. I'd love to meet you in the comments section and hear about how our time together today touched your heart and what you think about pride. That's also a great place to leave a question. I'll answer them. And one more thing. Share this with a friend, would you? Because as you do, you're part of a team touching hearts with the love of Jesus all over the world. Thanks for helping.